Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today we're going to start cutting the wood for the tiny house trusses. It's already getting late in the day because I had to run to town for wood. I was about 10 boards short for the trusses because when I was doing the takeoffs, which is figuring out the materials for the job, what I did was go all the way around the building, and I was counting everything as 2x4s and the truss material as 2x6s. The back wall is 2x6s, so I have too many 2x4s and I didn't have enough 2x6s. So I'm about 3 hours behind. I'm going to pull that wood off of there, get it sorted, and get it stacked, and then I'll get back with you once I do that. I'll talk to you about how we're going to cut this stuff up. Okay, I moved all of that lumber over to here, all of that truss lumber. I have 2 extra in there, and I'll be sorting it as I cut it, and I'll set those 2 aside, the worst of them. They look pretty good. So what I'm going to be doing, these are, where do I have that? We're going to rough cut them at 74 inches, so that's almost 2 feet off of these. So if I have something like this on the end, I'll make my angle cut and then remove whatever from the other end. Or if this were the worst thing on there, I would make my angle cut here and then take that tiny little bit off. So every board is judged separately, and when I run into the 2 extra, I'll set them aside, the 2 worst. Okay, so that's about all there is to it. Oh, I tested the saw. I wasn't sure if it would make this cut in a single pass, which I'm really grateful it did. That is a 34-degree cut on a 2x6, so we have that going for us. All right, now for the wind. I don't believe the wind is going to blow into here. I think it's going the other way. Hopefully it's going the other way. It's real windy and a bit cold out. I want to open this door so I throw the sawdust out there and don't get it all over in here like I did the other day, but that remains to be seen. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I have one extra. I'm going to sort through these, A, B, and C. The very flattest ones are going to go on the top of the very outside wall of the building. Those need to be flat because they're part of a wall. And the second best ones will go on the middle one because that one has a collar tie. And the worst ones are going to go up against the existing building because if they're like warped or anything, these aren't too bad. But there's a couple in there that have a curve to them. Up against the building, that curve can be pulled out by screwing it to the building. All right, let's get these sorted, and then we'll move on to probably the collar ties. I don't have all of them on the page here, but as far as parts go, there's 1, 2, 3 parts for the center, and 4 parts for the end too. So we got a few of those to cut as well. So let's get these sorted and get to that. See if I can explain this really quick. These are the boards for my collar ties, and this is what the outside wall, this is completely flat. We have 2 of the rafters, and then we have a collar tie running across, and then there's another collar tie running across on the inside. This right here, and the inside one goes all the way out to the roof line. That's for added strength. And then it'll have a gusset on the inside, and all of the trusses have this little thing here. And what that is a gusset filler. The gussets will go right across at the bottom of that, and then the ceiling will end up being attached to that. It's going to have a tiny flat on the ceiling so that I can attach lights or a fan or whatever we're going to attach. We're not 100% sure on that yet, but that also allows you to put a bigger gusset on it, which will make the thing a lot stronger. Okay, let me get these cut real quick. It's going to take a good amount of time to cut all these bird mouths, and there's a dozen of these gussets, which is going to be cut from this 1/2-inch OSB. So let me get started on this. I'll get back with you once I got this stuff cut, and we'll move on to the gussets. Those are going to be pretty interesting. Okay, I have all of my collar ties cut. Pretty simple cuts. It's just the exact same angle as on the rafters there. And I should explain what they do right away. What this does, if you apply weight to the roof and you don't have a collar tie or a gusset, it's going to want to spread out, and what that'll do is spread the walls out and everything will collapse. I could probably get away with just the gussets. There's the gusset right there. What that does is keeps the seam right here between the 2 boards. It keeps it from opening up. But the gusset is just way stronger. We only have 3 of them, but that's plenty for a building this size. Yeah, we got 1 on each end and 1 right in the middle. Okay, so we are on to the gussets now. And how am I going to do that? I think I'll just lay a 2x4 on the ground, lay this on top of it, and then where do they have that? I have it right here. I actually have another drawing just for the gussets, but it's pretty simple. This is really the only dimension I need, 9 3/16. So I'll cut a strip that's wide enough to get a little more than 2 of these, and then get some nice clean edges on them. I want this bottom edge to be really nice and clean. and then I'll cut both of these edges with the circular saw. They'll be fairly clean, but this one will be very clean because it's cut on the table saw. All right, let's get a board on the ground and get these cut. Now, with this cut to the correct width and a nice clean edge on the top and bottom, I can go back and forth like this. The gussets don't have to be exactly the right size. They just have to be close, and they have to have a nice edge on the top and bottom. And this will do it. Okay, I've been trying to figure out how to cut the bird's mouth, and at first I was going to do a template, but it'll take me just as long to do a template as to hand cut them, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm missing a dimension here. I need the dimension from this point to the outside face of the bird's mouth, well, this joint right here. And I already have this set up. I have these stair jigs. So that's the bird mouth right there. And it is 4 on one leg and 2 and 11/16 on the other. Let me show you that. It works out. 4 and 2 and 11. And then once I got this figured out, I take it over here and just put it, there we go, put it on one of the boards and then slide it up to the angle here and draw a line, and that line should be square to the end, and it is dead on. So this is my bird's mouth right here. So what I'm going to do is go get that dimension off the computer, and I'll just take these things one at a time and cut them. I still have to cut my gusset fillers, and then bird's mouth is pretty big. And then I have to pocket screw a bunch of stuff. The bird's mouth, what I'm going to do is just cut in with the saw both ways, and then take the hand saw and cut the rest. Hopefully I do it right, otherwise I got to chisel and mess around with it a little bit to get it nice. But that's what I'm going to do, and it's going to take a while. I think what I'll do, now that I have that all done, I think I'll get these gusset fillers. That's this little guy right here. Those are 2.5 wide by 9 7/16. So I can get 2 pieces of stock out of each one of those scraps over there. And how many do I need? Gusset fillers. I need 7 of them. So what I'm going to do is rip some of that stuff to 2.5 inches and then get those cut right away. Then that'll be the last of the parts that need cutting. From there on in, it's all detail work, the bird's mouths and the pocket screws. All right, I got my gusset fillers cut, and I was thinking about it while I was cutting these that I have a ton of pocket screws to do. There is 4 of them on each of these, and I don't know, 3 of them on each of these, and then 4 or 5 on each of these. Yeah, that's going to take hours. And then I have all the bird mouths to do, which is using a circular saw to go in as far as I can, and then hand sawing. So it's going to take most of the day tomorrow as well to do this. So what I think I'll do is just gather up the stuff and get everything set up for tomorrow, and we'll continue the video tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. I went and got my stool and got this stuff set up. I'm about to start working. The wind, you can still see it, but it's not that bad back here. It's about half what it was yesterday, but it is still really cold out there. It's about 45 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds. So I guess the wind chill must be down around freezing or so. Okay, we're gonna start with these, and then basically everything gets a pocket screw, so let's get going. Okay, I am all done with the pocket screws. I have this stacked up. These are the A ones, B ones, and C ones. And I've taken one of the C ones and did my layout on it, measured over to here, measured down, and then when we take this, you gotta look straight down to make sure that it's lining up, because you got that rounded edge. If you put your mark right to there, everything would be way the hell off. So now I'm going to give this a shot. Where is my saw? Such a mess out here, but I don't have time to clean yet. I'm going to get these trusses made tomorrow, and then we'll clean this up. But first thing I got to do is make sure that the saw is set as deep as it'll go. Then I'm going to try to just hand do this right on the line. These bird mouths aren't super important, but they have to be real close. I mean, they don't have to be dead on, but they have to be real close. Okay, let's give this a shot. If it's not working, we'll make a template and do it that way. Dead battery. That'll work. Okay, I have the first two rafters cut and laying on the floor. Now for my double check. Between these two cheeks here, it needs to be 97 inches. And because this is just laying on the floor, I just got to make sure that it's close. Okay. Oh, that's almost dead on. And like I said, it's just laying on the floor. All right, that is going to be perfect. I still have to keep these together. That's the C, B, and A. And within these stacks, half of them have pocket screws drilled into them, and half of them don't. Okay. Yeah, looking real good. We'll have to pick this up and put it back on the horses. And we have a dozen more to go. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. So in the next video, I'm going to set up some horses, and I'm going to make kind of a jig to hold these birds' mouths at 97 inches, like it shows right there. And then the point here will be on another horse, and I can connect that with the pocket screws. We'll just clamp that with a wood clamp, throw some pocket screws in there, and then get the gusset fillers in. Then one of these gussets on each side, and some of them have this crossing and some don't. I don't think I have the drawing out here for the other trusses, but the majority of the trusses, is it four? Yeah, 4 trusses have no crossing member here, no collar tie. They're just the 2 rafters, 2 gussets, and a gusset filler. So those will go pretty quick. And then the end ones have both this collar tie and a second collar tie for beefing it up. But they only have 1 gusset on them. Yeah, I should be able to get these assembled, I'm gonna guess, in 4 or 5 hours. I don't know, we'll see. But that'll be in the next video. Yeah, things came out really well. Oh, I did have one mistake though, and I have no idea what the hell I was doing. The measurement was 57 inches and 5/32, and I measured, the measurement goes from here, I measured 5 feet exactly. No idea what I was thinking on that, but we had one to spare, so we have plenty here, and that will be cut up for part of the wall. So nothing wasted. Okay, so I will see you in the next video when we start assembling these. And if you want to be notified for that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.